everybody, and welcome to a new game called Everything. So, I got this game for free off of the Epic Games Store, which I highly recommend you download. In case you didn't know, the Epic Games Store is in competition with Steam, and every other week, or every week, they're offering 1 to 2 games completely for free, and you get to keep them forever. They're not trials, they're not demos, they don't expire, they're the whole entire game for free, and you can keep it. I am not sponsored by them, by the way. I want to make that clear. So this is the first time I ever started up the game. I could not press the button quick enough to get the very, very, very short little intro screen that popped up. But I got the loading screen at least. Alright, so I just want to make sure that I'm not overloading my recording software, because then it will lag and I will have to pause the recording or stop it to change settings. Alright. A to start. Alright, A start. Oh, enter to start. I was like, A start? WASD. What to control view? Oh. Mouse. Like space. Why is it moving me around? Ooh, I want that star. I like that one. Wait, no, come back. X to think. I want that one. That's what I'm thinking. Where did this come from? There it is. Oh, I saw it. The blue star. I want to go to it. Oh, there it is. X. Where do I come from? That's a good question. Also, what am I? Ooh, there it is. I'm getting closer. Ooh, it's a green star. Those don't happen in nature. Now I'm more interested. How do I... Wait, come back! Am I controlling this? Stars! Green stars, come back. Oh. What? Oh my god! What is this? It's You're a donkey bounce. It's a rabbit! What is this? There's another thing, or another rabbit. Ooh, what are those? Those are more mandrills. Oh, I know. Press X, near thought icons, like black, glistening spots. Oh no, it's bolts. I'm actually bouncing. Ah, it's wolves! Wait, wolves do what? No. Where are you guys? Off on a great adventure. Why are physics so weird? Oh, you're humans. Oh no, you're bears. Bears don't always stand on their hind legs. Also, I feel like my voice is not quite as loud as the game, so I might have to go and post it. press left shift. Whoa, look at me go! I am the world's fastest cartwheeling donkey. Mitchell, what's up? Finally, we've been waiting for you for such a long time. Hi, Rock. Notice my thought has the black icon. Look out for others. I'm here to show you what you're able to do and help you navigate everything. Good luck. Look at this donkey go, it's amazing. Oh, it's up there. Oh, there's more. What's going on? Oh, it's colorful now. Oh, it's peafowls. Everything sings. Singing is how all things communicate. Singing helps things find or avoid one another, deepens bonds between some things and separates others. That's how things announce their existence. So sing all day long. I want to hear what sound you like. And so does everyone else. If other things hear you, they might sing back. I'll at least be upright for this. That's cool. They spark. That's cool. What's up here? I have no idea what's going on. Ooh, are those birds? Oh, they're bananas. Oh. Things will help you on your journey. Other things are just thinking about themselves and the situation they're in. You can trust all of them or none of them. It's up to you. Oh, I hear sprinting. It's kind of scary. Or lots of things rolling. Ah, lots of things rolling. Scroll. They don't interact with me in any way, shape, or form. There's the next thing. I'm on a roll, literally. What are you? Oh, you're a piggy pig. They like me. What about bears? Oh, I did not notice you here. X, I'm not C. How far back do you think donkeys go? You might not always feel it, but you took trillions of generations of donkeys getting mixed up all the way back to forever. It's incredible you made it through and finally arrived here. The other donkeys around here are reflections of you from back then, each with their own dreams and their own lives to live. As you meet other donkeys, you will sometimes feel inseparable from them, and find where you really start and end is up to you. Other donkeys are nearby. Join them by pressing or holding V when close. The bear likes me. I have no idea what I'm doing, really. Gonna be totally honest, but plants generally like the sun, but not me. So I'm so over it. I hope you guys realize that I really do not know what I'm doing. Though I'm pretty sure you could probably tell by me just rolling around aimlessly. This is a really big world, and I'm wondering how far it goes. Ooh, it's deer. I somehow find that hard to believe that that is the noise that deer make. Sorry, but... Oh, is it another donkey? Oh, that's a horse. I'm like back to where I started, jeez. Oh, wolves, right? Oh no, it's a donkey. Love it. Tree, what's up? Yes, I'm there. What's the point of doing anything if it's all going to end? What? I'm very afraid, and I know I shouldn't be, but I don't know what to do. That's like me thinking about death there. Woo! Hi there. Bears. I think this is supposed to be hay. Not really that sure, though. Get out the way, monkeys. You guys continue to talk. Only a sun type of stone. I was born in the sun, and in it I'll pass on. That was really hard wordage there. Oh, I just started holding still, and now I'm moving on my own. Okay. Are these the donkeys? Oh! I'm the whole herd now! Donkeys! Great tree. Speak to us. I have to have it in my line of sight. There we go. Yeah, I have to be looking at it. There you are. Over time, you might find there's no right or wrong path to take here. As you explore, you might feel that parts of you need to go their own direction. Because you can't control everything at once. At least not yet. Try letting go of a few things. Ah, by pressing the buttons. How many did I lose? Oh, just one. Alright, on to the next thought bubble. bubble. Very sunny afternoon to be off gallivanting around here. You're lucky to get to do it. Yeah, because these rocks don't move. Whee! I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't gather any peacocks. That's a shame. There's a thought bubble up here, wasn't there? Or was I wrong? Oh no, there it is. I feel like I'm just controlling a bunch of like rolling rocks more than anything. Wonder if there's other boulderings of rocks around here. I love these rocks, but you kind of get used to hearing the same stuff over and over. Ooh. Legit quest line. What's going on? Hey, what do you make of all the small things around here? All the trees, all the plants and little creatures. Are they here for you, or are you here for them? So I do imagine that everything could be here for each other, because you can only see things from a donkey's perspective. Just as I can only see things from a globe seeder's perspective. But if you want to, you can always see things from a little thing's point of view. Try it. Descend, get close to something small, then hold down that to descend it, select using WASD, and I don't know which button that is, I'm guessing middle mouse. Release that, oh, that sounds below. Select using WASD. Release that to enter. Whoa. Oh my god, I can go so fast. Woo! I'm heading for it. Make little clips. Whee! This is kind of fun. Watching the animal roll around. My friend, it looks like you've seen things from a little thing's point of view. Now you might be wondering what it's like to see things from the other way around. To see things from bigger things' points of view. Of all the points you find, which one is the right one? Can I send the whole left? The descend. Oh, I see. What am I? I'm a mold? Whoa! I totally did not expect to be able to... ascend. Some things are sleeping. Oh! Come to Spring End. I've heard it goes on forever, but I don't know who to believe anymore. Feeling kind of weird. I ate some dirt earlier and it's not going down too well. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I see. I want to be the dragonflies. competition is the only form of permanence I am capable of. Okay, you heard that one before. Oh my god, I moved so slow. I'm wild barley. So am I supposed to just go around and be everything? Like, everything. What? This game is gonna take me eons. Oh, that's a new one. What there is, press X to collect and listen.
I find it a little difficult to say what the subject matter of this seminar is going to be, because it's too fundamental to give it a title. I'm going to talk about what there is. Now, the first thing, though, that we have to do is to get our perspectives with some background about the basic ideas which influence our everyday common sense, our fundamental notions about what life is about. Ideas of the world which are built into the very nature of the language we use, and of our ideas of logic and of what makes sense altogether. And these basic ideas I call myth, not using the word myth to mean simply something untrue, but to use the word myth in a more powerful sense. A myth is an image in terms of which we try to make sense of the world.
Oh, is he done? Okay. Oh my god, this rabbit is so far away. That frog's little. What's the purpose of this? Am I supposed to just sit here and grow all day? I have meetings to get to. Press the M key to open it. Mine. Oh, whoa! Oh yeah, that was myself. Oh, X to play or pause. How far back do you think wild barleys go? I always feel like it took trillions of generations of wild barleys getting mixed up. Oh yeah, all the new dialogues, except it applies for all. It applies for all the things. Okay. I feel like butterflies are not that tiny. Gonna be honest, I feel like this is a little... It's another barley. I want another barley. I'm already a barley. Don't judge me, wild barley. You should judge yourself for judging me in the first place. What's happening in your world? I hope we find love. There's nothing else that matters as much. Is that true? Finally, I could manage to sell the dirt around here. I'd be one rich limestone pebble. Say, you look like a sharp wild barley. Maybe we could be partners. I do the talking and getting rich, and you do the digging. How does 1% sound? Okay, 2%. Final offer. I'm waiting. I'm happy to wait. Okay. Sleep on it. Give it some thought. Think about the big picture. I'll be here. 3%? Is there anything around here that I might be able to ascend to? I guess I'll ascend to another wild barley. I already am that wild barley, aren't I? Oh, I guess I'm the other wild barley. You know what's going on around here, guys? How's it going? Some of them are sleeping. I want to be back at that rabbit or the ape. I don't believe in rainbows, never seen one, never want to. I believe in rainbows. Rainbows are pretty. Oh, it's another talk thing. World that peoples. Okay.
You, as a human being, you grow out of this physical universe in just exactly the same way that an apple grows off an apple tree. So let's say the tree which grows apples is a tree which apples, using apple as a verb. And a world in which human beings arrive is a world that peoples. And so the existence of people is symptomatic of the kind of universe we live in. Just as hair on a head is symptomatic of what's going on in the organism. But we have been brought up not to feel that we belong in the world. So our popular speech reflects it. We say, I came into this world. You didn't. You came out of it. We say, face facts. We talk about encounters with reality, as if it was a head-on meeting of completely alien agencies, and the average person has the sensation that he is a somewhat that exists inside a bag of skin, a center of consciousness, which looks out at this thing, and what the hell's it going to do to me? I recognize you. You kind of look like me, and I've seen myself in a mirror, and you look like you might be people. So maybe you're intelligent, maybe you can love too. And perhaps you're all right. Some of you are anyway. You've got the right color of skin, or you have the right religion, or whatever it is, you're okay. But there are all those people over in Asia, Africa, and they may not really be people. When you want to destroy someone, you always define them as unpeople.
Oh, was that it? Okay. Let's go. I want to get back to that rabbit. And what's going on with this thing? What is this? Hello? There we go. 13 years? Oh no! I don't want to be here for 13 years. I'm a pebble. Oh, I'm much faster than a plant. Oops. Oh, morning glory pollen. Oh God! It's a tick or a flea or something. Oh, there it is. Life mostly involves going out and entangling yourself with others. But I want to show you another way of getting mixed up. A very beautiful thing you can do, and that's dancing. To dance is to move in a pattern and not towards anywhere in particular. To make yourself the destination, and to enjoy never quite arriving. Dancing always takes two, but the more the merrier. Everything dances a little differently, so try doing it with different things. Oh, I can still join stuff? Oh, I didn't know that. things. Oh god. I don't even want to know what those are. What is this? It's bigger. It's a rock. What am I? Oh, hi there. You know yourself before you show yourself. Love yourself before you show yourself. Okay. But yourself before you flee yourself. Or be yourself before you flee yourself. Think well of yourself before you tell of yourself. That's all I got. That's actually pretty cool. That's a interesting poem. There's another thing. Let me get down there. No, go home. I was busy ignoring you. Enjoy the rest of my life.
We have this hostility to the external world because of the superstition, the myth, the absolutely unfounded theory that you yourself exist only inside your skin. Now, I want to propose another idea altogether. Billions of years ago, you were a big bang. But now you're a complicated human being. But so we define ourselves as being only that. If you think that you are only inside your skin, you define yourself as one very complicated little curlicue, way out on the edge of that explosion, way out in space and way out in time. And then we cut ourselves off and don't feel that we're still the Big Bang. But you are. Depends how you define yourself. You are actually, if this is the way things started, if there was a Big Bang in the beginning, you're not something that is a result of the Big Bang. You're not something that is a sort of puppet on the end of the process. You are still the process. You are the Big Bang, the original force of the universe coming on as whoever you are. See, when I meet you, I see not just what you define yourself as, Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. I see every one of you as the primordial energy of the universe coming on at me in this particular way. I know I'm that too. But we've learned to define ourselves as separate from it.
I was concerned that I would never be able to get out. Wow, I'm not making that mistake again. I don't want to go up yet, or I don't want to go down yet. I want to go up. I want to go be other creatures first. Grasshopper? You okay, dude? Oh, 8. Grasshopper. Okay, so it's like... That's an eye? Oh, wow. So it's just like a... It's like a cult summoning. Woo! I'm so fast. Ooh, there's things over here. What is it? All this shall come to pass except for me. Oh yeah, sorry. Wrong button. I left clicked. So much play, so little work, so much work, so little play. You're probably going to feel one or the other. Whatever you land on, don't feel guilty about it. they smaller? Oh, they are smaller. I want to be Subway. No, I refuse. I didn't want to do that. First bomb with this thing. Where's sunflowers? Nothing that I can ascend to. Are you kidding me? This was an accident. What is that? No such things as things.
What I would call a kind of a basic problem we've got to go through first is to understand that there are no such things as things. That is to say, separate things. That is only a way of talking. And if you can understand this, you're going to have no further problems. I once asked a group of high school children, what do you mean by a thing? And first of all, they gave me all sorts of synonyms. They said it's an object, which is simply another word for a thing. It doesn't tell you anything about what you mean by a thing. And finally, a very smart girl who was in the group said a thing is a noun. And she was quite right. A noun isn't a part of nature, it's a part of speech. There are no nouns in the physical world. There are no separate things in the physical world either. See, the physical world is wiggly. The clouds, mountains, trees, people are all wiggly. And only when human beings get working at things, they build buildings in straight lines and try and make out that the world isn't really wiggly. But here are we sitting in this room all built on straight lines, but each one of us is as wiggly as all get out.
I think that was the end for his little spiel there. Yeah, I wanted to ascend. Thank you very much. Oh, my grasshopper friends are gone. Oh no, there they are. Oh, they disassociated from me. What? Discord that. What was it? Me? Yeah. Sorry, there was some hammering. My dad is working on the floors in our house, which is also why I have not been able to record lately or put up videos. Because I have also been working on the house and helping him. Someday I will get back to this rabbit. Oh, a new ability? I'll take that. Thoughts are the friction between things and other things. Thoughts would never exist if everything thought it was the same thing. As you go around listening to things, their thoughts will make impressions on your mind. When you go out and experience life, you will have your own thoughts. They will reflect the things you've listened to and absorbed. Give thinking a go, just try not to take it too seriously. Eyes lit up. Think by pressing X. Yourself before you do the big picture. I'll pass on. I'll do whatever this is. It's like a blade of grass, but it'll be this. Added under plant 5%. There's only been 5% of the plant. just made the plants dance. If my goal is to be everything, I'm literally going to be playing this game for years. Oh, I have a thought. How did I do that again? I just want to have that. Hang on. Autoplay. Why would I want that? Settings. Think is, yeah, X. Open mind. Flock mode is Q. Transform is E. I don't think I've hit those yet. Glow equals thought. I will alight when a new thought is created. Cube view. Can descend, can ascend. To happen once per thing. Well, what is a thing? Ascend allows you to enter bigger things. Descending to enter smaller things. Time is relative to what you are. Generally, large things perceive time faster than small things. If you wish to move faster, enter something larger. If you wish time to move slower, enter something smaller. The passage of days and seasons can be paused in the settings menu. That happens? Okay, I know how to sing. How to join, yeah. What? I can be a planet? Unlocked abilities to guide its behavior. Combinations of abilities produce different effects. For example, to keep descending through levels that ascend to 0 and descend to 3. To transform a single area into random things, set scale travel to 0 and transform to 3. What? Dance. Tips. What is all of this? I don't understand. Things? Is this continue? I guess so. I want to ascend to that. I'm just a grass again. Oh, I'm a large grass. I see, I'm special.
Now then, when you want to get control of something that wiggles, it's pretty difficult, isn't it? You try and pick up a fish in your hands, and the fish is wiggly and it slips out. What do you do to get hold of the fish? You use a net. And so the net is the basic thing we have for getting hold of the wiggly world. A net is something regular. And I can number the holes in a net. So many holes up, so many holes across. And if I can number these holes, I can count exactly where each wiggle is in terms of a hole in that net. But in order to do that, I've got to break up the wiggle into bits. And I've got to call this a specific bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle, and this the next bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle. And so these bits are things which I mark out in order to talk about the wiggle, in order to measure it, and therefore in order to control it. But in nature, in fact, in the physical world, the wiggle isn't bitted. So the world doesn't come thing. You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean. The ocean waves, and the universe peoples. And as the wave, I wave at you and say, you. The world is waving at me with you and saying, hi, I'm here. But the way we feel and sense our existence, being based on a myth that we are made, that we are parts, that we are things, our consciousness has been influenced so that each one of us does not feel that. We feel we have been hypnotized, literally hypnotized, by social convention into feeling and sensing that we exist only inside our skins, that we are not the original bang, but just something out on the end of it. And therefore we are scared stiff. Because my wave is going to disappear. And I'm going to die. And that would be awful.
I am a bluebell now. Sorry, there's lots of construction stuff going on in my house right now. Sunny days are the worst. I just want to stay and watch the plant shows. Especially the rough grass stuff. Can't get enough of it. Oh, I haven't been one of those yet. Ooh, what is this? I'm ascending to this? On the Rumex. Wait. This is just barley. Barley dance is 8. I am wild wheat. Okay. You have a thought that I cannot access. Oh! I could go straight to the rabbit just by looking at it. Okay then. Dude, don't talk to me with your butt. I don't appreciate it. You're mine now. I want to see how the gorillas dance. Oh, whoa. They multiply fast. In comparison to plants. I've got to bring enough of it here. Maybe something bigger. I could be a tree. so fast! Oh my god, they're sprinting so fast.
You are a fluke. You are a separate event. And you run from the maternity ward to the crematorium, and that's it, baby. Now, why does anybody think that way? There's no reason to, because it isn't even scientific. It's just a myth. And it's invented by people who wanted to feel a certain way. They want to play a certain game. Camus said there is only really one serious philosophical question, which is whether or not to commit suicide. Should you or not commit suicide? This is a good question. Why go on? And you only go on if the game is worth it. Now, the universe has been going on for an incredible long time. And so, really, a satisfactory theory of the universe has to be one that's worth betting on. That's seems to me, absolutely elementary common sense. If you make a theory of the universe which isn't worth betting on, why bother? Just commit suicide. But if you want to go on playing the game, you've got to have an optimal theory for playing the game.
Switch to flock mode by holding Q. I'm gonna get there. You're a downgrade from a horse? Really? You're a black bear. Alright, now it's time to go bigger. Whoa! What? Explain your life to me in oak terms. You're able to speak tree, otherwise I can't help you. Globe seeders will hate and praise one another, bowing and then waiting or the first opportunity to trample each other's heads. That's just the world I was born into. It's neither bad nor good. I've joined with a bunch of different trees. Putting apple tree in the fridge. Added another tree, 10%. The whole forest is moving. What are those little things down there? Oh, those are peacocks, aren't those? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, those are.
If there is any such thing at all as intelligence, and love and beauty. Well, you found it in other people. In other words, it exists in us as human beings. And as I said, if it is there in us, it is symptomatic of the scheme of things. We are as symptomatic of the scheme of things as the apples are symptomatic of the apple tree or the rose of the rose bush. The earth is not a big rock infested with living organisms, any more than your skeleton is bones infested with cells. The earth is geological, yes, but this geological entity grows people. And our existence on the earth is a symptom of the solar system and its balances, as much as the solar system in turn is a symptom of our galaxy. And our galaxy in its turn is a symptom of the whole company of galaxies. Goodness only knows what that's in.
We can go further. Oh! I'm on a whole island. Oh, whoa. Time is so much faster now. I can move! Oh my god, this is so cool! I've been like stunned into silence like this whole entire time. Oh, do I have a thought? No, I'm not glowing. Oh, I wonder if I'm on a new continent. There we go. What if I descend? What's on this? Oh! This game is so cool! I'm gonna have to, like... I'm gonna have to play this game at least. I don't know if I'll make a series on it, though, because I feel like I'm boring people by doing this. Woo! Join with everything. I want to be part of everything. All the trees. Whee! More trees to assimilate. It's a camel. I haven't been a camel yet. There's nothing larger than you nearby. Whoop. They plant them. Oh, big ol' Whoop. I did not know that is what a camel sounds like. Run, camel, run! And only 7% of camels. That's lovely. Run me. Let's make more. Oh my god, camel babies. Yeah, there we go. That was weird. I, like, slowed it down. That doesn't make any sense. Camel loose. Alright, let's go. Wow, these plants can move even faster than the goats can. It's kind of surprising. This is a new ability, that's why I'm heading over to it. Not nice. As you experience all of the universe's thing, each thing also experiences you. Things leave their mark on you as you leave your mark on things, and somewhere inside of you is an impression of everything you've ever been. A great memory of things you can revisit anytime, and feel what it's like to be them again. You're always free to transform yourself into anything. Ah, the transform button. Sorry.
When, as a scientist, you describe the behavior of a living organism, you try to say what a person does. It's the only way in which you can describe what a person is. Describe what they do. Then you find out that in making this description, you cannot confine yourself to what happens inside the skin. In other words, you can't talk about a person walking unless you start describing the floor. Because when I walk, I don't just dangle my legs in empty space. I move in relationship to a room. And so in order to describe what I'm doing when I'm walking, I have to describe the room. I have to describe the territory. So in describing my talking at the moment, I can't describe this just as a thing in itself, because I'm talking to you. And so what I'm doing at the moment is not completely described unless your being here is described also. So if that is necessary, if in other words, in order to describe my behavior, I have to describe your behavior and the behavior of the environment, it means that we've really got one system of behavior. That what I am involves what you are. I don't know who I am unless I know who you are. And you don't know who you are unless you know who I am. In other words, we're not separate. We define each other. We're all backs and fronts to each other. We and our environment, and all of us and each other, are interdependent systems. We know who we are in terms of other people. We all lock together. And this is, again and again, the serious scientific description of how things happen. And any good scientist knows that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
There's things down there. I haven't existed as this object long enough. You have to move around in order to be able to, like... Whoa, can I be clouds? Oh no, I don't wanna ascend if it does that. I'm a whale! Whoa, I'm fast. Can't, uh-oh, I'm stuck. Oh no, I haven't been a whale long enough. Never mind. I move fast. Okay, that's fine. Seagrass. I am some speedy seagrass. I've never seen seagrass move this fast. I have to move up to continent. I can't, like, move to anything else, it looks like. Oh, my mountain. Oh, I'm a sea of fish. Fish should not be floating above the water. It's just not how fish work. I'm a school of fish. Woo! School of salmon. Open to fish. Rock continent. Seagrass. I'm an orca! Oh, I'm a... Oh, let me go! It's so much fun. This game is... Well, I have a lot of patience, too, so I bet there's probably some people that are like, this game is boring. And here I am, just like, wow, this game is cool. Ethan's Elodia. Alright, back up to planet Earth. Back up to... It's a rainbow! I saw a rainbow! It was very brief, but I saw it. What is this? You. What are you? Oh my god, I'm a dolphin! Yes, this is perfect. Oh my god, I'm so fast. Whee! There you go. I'm so cool. What is this? Is this another dolphin? I think it is. Dolphin? Oh no, it's an orca. Oh, there's a thing. What? Whoa, whoa, hey, whoa, hold on there. Okay. Do I have an opposite I need to be worried about? You. Snow continent.
Your skin doesn't separate you from the world. It's a bridge through which the external world flows into you, and you flow into it. Just, for example, as a whirlpool in water, you could say because you have a skin, you have a definite shape, you have a definite form. The whirlpool is a definite form, but no water stays put in it. The whirlpool is something the stream is doing. And exactly the same way, the whole universe is doing each one of us. And I see you today, and I recognize you tomorrow, just as I would recognize a whirlpool in a stream. I'd say, oh yes, I've seen that whirlpool before. It's just near so-and-so's house on the edge of the river, and it's always there. So in the same way, when I meet you tomorrow, I recognize you. You're the same whirlpool you were yesterday. But you're moving. The whole world is moving through you. All the cosmic rays, all the food you're eating, the stream of steaks and milk and eggs and everything is just flowing right through you. When you're wiggling the same way, the world is wiggling, the stream is wiggling you. But the problem is, you see, we haven't been taught to feel that way. The myths underlying our culture and underlying our common sense have not taught us to feel identical with the universe, but only parts of it, only in it, only confronting it, aliens.
All right, let's go for it.
And we are, I think, quite urgently in need of coming to feel that we are the eternal universe, each one of us. Otherwise, we're going to go out of our heads. We're going to commit suicide, collectively, courtesy of H-bombs. And, all right, supposing we do, well, that will be that, and it'll be life making experiments on other galaxies. Maybe they'll find a better game.
Look at me wibble. What's this little thing? An open star. Oh, open star. Recent. It's been going on longer than forever. I want to see what's on a rock planet. Oh. And deep on a rock. Oh, I'm a layered rock. Hi, Cassie. I was wondering where you'd got to. I know you've been able to see a lot here, but not everything. When you first arrived, there was a golden object in front of you. Do you remember it? Yes, I do. I feel distant now, but it's still there. This is a gate made by things who weren't able to see me. Many things entered it, but weren't able to come back out, so we kept it locked. I'm willing to open it for you, but it's up to you if you want to enter. Good luck, and take care. Return to where you began. You can now descend into the golden gate. Explore that planet first. We'll go over to this planet. It's a green planet. There's humans here.
I wonder if it's ever struck you how curious a thing it is that most of the things that we experience we regard as things that happen to us, which we ourselves do not originate, which are events expressing some sort of power or activity that is external to ourselves. And if you consider that, you realize that what you mean by yourself is rather narrowly circumscribed. Even events that go on in our own bodies are put in the category of things that happen to us in the same way as things that go on in the world outside our skins. If there's a thunderstorm or an earthquake, well, it happens to you. You're not responsible for it. But so in the same way, when you have hiccups, you didn't plan on it. If you have belly rumbles, you had no intention of doing it. And as to the catastrophic act of getting born, well, you had nothing to do with that. And you can spend all your life blaming your parents for putting you in the situation in which you find yourself. And this way of looking at the world in this sort of passive mood as something that happens to you goes right down to our general feeling about life. It goes down to the way in which we have been accustomed to look at human existence as a precarious event in a cosmos that, on the whole, is depicted as being completely unsympathetic and alien to our existence.
Man, I don't remember where I was before. I have to go and look for another green planet, the one that I was on before. I don't even know what continent I was on beyond that. Wait, no, I didn't want that. Oh god, return to where you began. You can now descend through the golden gate. How do I even find that again? I feel like I'm never going to. It's a hot air balloon! Am I supposed to never find the gate? Oh well. Well, I'll have to end this here because I'm out of time. So, thank you for watching this first ever episode of Everything, a game that I got from free off the Epic Games Store. Next time I play, I might just start over and then keep track of what planet I was on. So that I can, I guess, win. Because otherwise I feel like I'm never gonna be able to find that gate again. That really weird thing. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And I will see you, in the next episode.